Two teams that want to run the football first will score off in the opening round of the Class 3A playoffs tonight as Carroll hosts Nevada. The Tigers clinched the district last week and became the top rushing team in the district with Adam Malik as the top rusher. Carroll head coach Craig Rowetter says Malik has been great all season in more ways than one.
He got a little antsy last week, and we kind of slowed him down a little bit just to, let those guards get out in front of you. And he did that, and that's the other thing. He'll listen and respond to you too. And he takes the coaching. And
Nevada likes to run the ball, but tends to hurt teams more with their deep passing game, set up with a consistent run game. Pre-game coverage on 93.7 KCRO will begin about 10 minutes after the completion of the Kemper game tonight. And again, that Kemper game will be on at KCIM. The Carroll game tonight going to be on 93.7 KKRL. The other games in Class 3A tonight. The other game in Pod A will be Mount Vernon at Clear Lake, so the winners of those two games will play each other next Friday. Pod B has Benton at Solon, and winners at hosting Independence. Pod C is Mount Pleasant squaring off at West Delaware, and Wahlert Catholic hosting Central DeWitt. And Pod D is Atlantic traveling to Bishop Heelan, and Sioux Center hosting Des Moines Christian. Kemper gets a rematch from Week 4 when they host OABCIG on KCM in the second round of the playoffs. Tonight's outscored the Falcons 29-6 in the second half of the first meeting to win 43-22. Head coach Ryan Steinkamp says the Falcons have improved and they have plenty of threats.
They have some really good athletes, a really good O-line that's kind of better. They're definitely they run the ball well with their quarterback and running back too, but they also have some really good skill players that we have to be aware of.
Steinkamp says they have prepped for several different looks on offense. Pre-game coverage tonight on KCM will begin with the Brinks Exterior Preview Show at around 4:20 with the kickoff of that game at 7 o'clock. I'll have the call with Doug Winiger. The other game in Class 2A Pod A tonight will be at Cherokee hosting Unity Christian. The Kemper winner will take on the winner of that game coming up next Friday. Pod B it's Pella Christian at Prairie City Monroe and West Branch hosting Wilton. Pod C is at Mid Prairie entertaining Mediapolis and Van Meter at Roland Story. Pod D is Hampton Dumont at Osage and Alburnett entertaining Waukon. The Audubon Wheelers won their opening round of the postseason. They earned the right to host the next round against Montezuma. Wheelers head coach Sean Burke says it's an added motivation that it could be their last home game.
Yeah, there's no doubt. We would always take the choice to play at home over on the road. You don't always get that option. So our kids have earned it, and I think our kids understand that this is the last one at home. We have to plan with that. You've earned this opportunity, but this week's a week of last. It's your
The Wheelers look to advance further into the postseason and will need to have a strong all-around game coming up tonight. That game will be on Kick 106.7. Nick Brinks and Randy Spees on the broadcast. Pre-game coverage about 6:25 with a kickoff of that game tonight at 7 o'clock. Elsewhere tonight in 8-man action in Pod D, it'll be at Janesville at Iowa Valley. The winner of the Audubon game will have the winner of that Janesville-Iowa Valley game coming up next Friday. In Pod A, it's Don Bosco hosting Clarksville and North Union at Bishop Garrigan. Pod B is Southeast Warren at Woodbine and Bedford entertaining Fremont Mills. Pod C is Easton Valley at Gladbrook Rhinebeck and Edgewood Colesburg hosting Turkey Valley. State girls cross country getting underway today up in Fort Dodge. Iris Melody of South Central Calhoun going to be running up there. She'll start running this morning at about 10:30. Mason Nealon will be up there to broadcast that tonight or this morning and cover her and get an interview with her. Don't forget we've got the New Way Ford Scoreboard Show coming up tonight as well, 10 to midnight on KCM and Kick. Casey Miners and Todd Danner going to be hosting the show tonight. Mason Nealon will help out when he gets back in town as well. Lamar Jackson threw for 204 yards and 4 touchdowns, showing little rust as Baltimore cruised by the Dolphins last night by a final of 28-6. NBA scoreboard: Orlando over Charlotte 123-107. Oklahoma City over Washington 127-108. San Antonio down to Miami 107-101. And Milwaukee topped at Golden State 120-110. Calling all area schools, businesses, teams, and organizations. You can count on Outlaw Signs, Graphics, and Apparel in Carroll for all your promotional clothing and promotional items. Call them today at 712-775-2599 and see how they can take your logo to the next level. The Outlaw Graphics Regional Athletes of the Week this week: Amelia Cook from the Coon Rapids Bayard volleyball team and Ben Ramsey from the IK Manning football team. You'll find a photo of our Outlaw Graphics Regional Athletes of the Week across our Carroll Broadcasting Sports Network website, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages. That's sports here on the CB Sports Network. I'm Jeff Blankman reporting.